Thank you, Govind, Azim, Navnath, Mohit, Joel. I want to start with Govind. The kind of flavor and the energy that you bring, that's unparalleled. Bringing that sharpness, that is something I think everyone appreciates. Pushing people and pushing them to their limits, that was there and that's still there in you. We had more interactions at that time, but even now when you come in the few calls that we have here and there, your presence is still felt. That's commendable. Outside of projects too, the kind of person that you are, that fun element that's there, हर एक टीम में कोई ना कोई रहना चाहिए. Thanks Govind for all those memories. I see Azim on the screen next. Azim के लिए मैं जितना बोलूँ it's going to be less only. So
Let's not say that. Then.
Yeah.
नहीं
Let's
मेरे
skip Azim.
I always appreciated the time that we had in office together on those various architecture diagrams and the deadpan expressions that you used to give while cracking jokes. The sharpness that you have when it comes to projects, when it comes to you as a person as well. You were the go-to guy for tech-related aspects. You were always up to date, talking about technology. You were also a sounding board to me. I really cherish those memories that we had together. Thanks for all of that, Azim.
Thanks, James.
So I see Mohit. When I joined you and Azim, I saw you as those mentor figures dealing with requirements and trying to tear down requirements, getting to know what the solution is going to be like. When you used to approach problems, you would make it a little simpler. And when it comes to presenting, you gave some tips on how to effectively deliver it. Getting to the main meal that's there, but making sure all the elements are arranged, appetizer, everything, putting that in that format. I think I've learned that from you. Fulfilling requirements from directors, certainly that's going to be there. We have to do it. But when it comes to different opinions and I'm being pulled in different directions, right? जब Groton से missiles launch होते थे यहाँ पे shield बन के you were there. Thanks a lot for that. I think you being in I2E is it's a valuable thing. You're also one of the pillars here. I wish you also success in whatever you do. It was really nice interacting with you. I see Navnath next on my screen. क्या भाई? Jokes apart, Namnath, whenever I see artists and designers, my heart fills with pride seeing that creativity in all of this thing that we do in life. You always think about the inputs and the outputs and all the strategic pieces and delivery and all of that. But seeing designs is something refreshing. It's like a soothing balm for the eyes. When I look at you, I just feel ki, there's an open sky and then, we all can fly in it. All your artworks made me feel that way. And even when it comes to design, understanding the client's requirements, it's a good combination of UI and UX. I'm honored to have worked with you. Thanks, Namdar.
Thank you.
Joel, we've also had a lot of conversations, and not just around technology, but also on the people management skills, some of the challenges that you shared with me. I see those sometimes when I work on projects even now, and you experienced it before and you know how to deal with it. And I experienced it, so I kind of look back at what you had said. You don't just say no to the client. You talk about workarounds. You understand the client's requirements and then you suggest alternatives. That's what separates very good from mediocre. You have that in you, and I think you use that as a yardstick. Thanks a lot, Joel.
Thanks, James.
Let me talk a little bit about James also. With you, James, I feel like I've seen an entire journey right from the beginning when you started. It was like fresh talent coming up, and then right now where you are, well matured in all the aspect, well matured person who can do anything. So that entire journey and the hard work which I have seen, it's rarely seen. I mean, that's one of the examples. Even now, I when I'm talking to someone who's like new or fresher, that's one example. They should try to listen to what you kind of hard work you have done. I've seen you sitting late, coming to office early, joining meetings early, late, doesn't matter. Time never mattered. Whatever time it is, whatever day it is, there is something for James to do. He's there. It's just not only something which is being delivered, it's also the level of detail that work will have. So that is also, so if even if there is a small POC to be done or any small email to be written about something, some research or analysis, you can just ask James and forget about it, and then you can expect a full detailed analysis covering all the points, all the aspects of that, and then nothing will be left for you to again go and do research. I mean, if James is submitting something, that means it will have everything. It can be anything. It can be a simple performance report of a team member, but it will be so detailed. There will be instances, examples about each and everything. It's in everything which James has delivered. It can be anything. Attention to detail, that kind of attitude and that kind of quality is something which is unmatched. And one more thing which is very important, we should always keep on ask questions. Sometimes we hesitate, we don't ask, but I've seen James ask many questions. If he'll ask one question, you answer, there will be follow up. Why you are saying so? Now you have to justify why you said, and that's because he is detail oriented. He wants everything to be detailed. He wants to understand why do you say that, why did you take that step, so that he understands what is the context behind it. That's something which is really you know it helps in your growth, because nobody knows everything. So if you ask, you get to know many things without you going back and researching. In in office, this was a different environment altogether. It was a nice time, good time. Cherish. I'm a bit sad that it's the last day. I will just say good luck, but I'm sad actually, knowing that it's the last day for James. I never thought that I never expected that we will have a meeting where James will leave or something. But yeah, this is how it is. Yeah, but a lot of good memories, James, and no matter how you want to fill, no one can fill your shoes. That's for sure.
Thanks a lot for those kind words, Mohit. And you don't have to be sad. I'm not sad because I know we'll be in touch
Yeah, we'll be. Yeah,
as
definitely.
colleagues and good friends.
Yep, always.
I'll go next. James, whatever you said about our times in the office, like when we were together, working together, definitely everything I completely agree with. Like I also felt the same. And I'm glad like we were sitting in the same bay, like I could just turn around and talk to you informally, casually, and we discussed a lot of things, like not just project wise, but current affairs or movies or sci-fi or whatever, like anything under the sun. So that was very good to have someone to talk to on such stuff. We also shared a lot of back and forth on project related work, even though it might be like you were not involved in the work I was doing or I was not involved, but we lot many times we shared our thoughts, inputs, and ways it can be better. That made my quality of work better. From an experience point of view, you were kind of one of the youngest in the group, but from the kind of work and the kind of output you delivered, it never occurred or it never gave the impression that the experience was lacking, because your output and the quality of work was always top notch. And I learned a lot just by working with you and being in your presence and your vicinity. And then your interest for technology, I like that because you brought in a lot of things which we were not doing, like your interest towards AI, conversational AI, the getting that Amazon Echo device in the office, and then building on the Alexa chatbot. So that also like piqued my interest as well into those areas, and it has stayed that way. That is really good thing which you brought that culture of innovation, which previously we might have been just delivering projects, but you started experimentation and you brought that new stuff in the organization. You probably created a new segment or a vertical, probably, if that's the right word to say. Otherwise I do not see anybody else like who could have like at that juncture, like right person at the right time, जो बोलते हैं ना अभी अभी today maybe there are people जो AI, somebody does dabble in AI and tech and all, but getting all of that in one package at the right time, I think that was the best thing to have happened at that time, in those years, and that I to जिस juncture पे था उस time पे, the perfect alignment. So and of course today your practice, like the kind of work you guys do and the way you have mentored all the people in your team. Everybody speaks highly of you, right? So they all have learned so much. The kind of projects you have delivered and the kind of input and thought process you bring to pre-sales, and not just your practice but pre-sales and like all our POCs and proposals, everything. It's unmatched. I really like I'm worried also that who will carry that torch after you leave, because that's a very big gap and void to fill. I don't think it will be filled. Maybe bits and pieces here and there, but I don't know how it's gonna continue. This entire journey, like I really admire your journey, because I have also, like as Mohit said, he like seen you grow and mature in that, in the practice real role and the kind of work you're doing. So even I have been there, right? So I've also been seeing that. Really appreciate and really commend you for molding yourself and for learning and then for growing as an individual in everything basically. So of course you will be missed, not just of like from a professional point of view, but a personal jo office environment mein, we miss our colleagues, right? So that as well. Of course we know I know we'll keep in touch even after your last working day. And I would love to see how your product, your venture, your startup materializes and how successful. I would really wish you all the best in your own venture. I really hope you succeed and your product becomes like a unicorn. Thanks, James. Thanks for your journey. You will truly be missed.
Thanks a lot, Azim. The feeling is mutual.
Next May.
Go in, go in.
Yes, yes. We all work in our area, right? But James is the one who work on all the area, center of excellence of I2E, right? Who did all the research, all the like new technology, POCs, everything. Guys, I remember like whenever I get time or like free time after 7:30 or 8:30, I used to like sit with James on some day and just ask like what you are doing, how you are doing, how this works. Alexa on like if you have built an Python project. I used to get the information just to like start, like if I have to start something new learning. So what is the like steps? Many times I sit with James and learn many things, creating a technical architecture diagram, a good looking architecture diagram. So that also I have learned from James. Something like I'm creating it like learn from James only, like color code, how we can represent the flow within the diagram and all. Whenever I use like James, I have created this diagram. Now you have to be like set it up as per the standard, or like that we can share with business users, and just seeing the diagram they can understand. So James used to do all the kalakari. Many things I have learned, James, like from technology point of view. Now also I know like I am not part of any project with you, but I can regularly connected you on Teams just to know is there any new work is going on. And like I remember on OData Bridge when we worked on that POC, like how we can call the Planisware API. So many things like that work around, like how to pass the authentication, right? So many things learn from you. I will miss you on technology. And as Azim said, this gap will take time to fill in I2E. All the best for your future, and just call, just forward some messages just to keep in touch. Thanks.
Sure,
Yes.
Govind.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Govind. Thanks for the kind words. We'll be in touch.
It's my turn now. Almost every point I wanted to discuss is already covered by Azim and Govind. But one point probably from my side is in terms of, let's say, joining I2E. One of the reason I looked at I2E was that I2E was looking at innovation. But at the time when I joined, it wasn't really picking up traction, at least what I've seen. But then you came along, and I think, like Azim said, with you being in I2E, a lot of things came in terms of tech. But I think somewhere down the line, there was a confidence built up that there is someone who can explore these areas of tech where maybe others would have taken longer, or at least, maybe this guy is tech savvy. he'll be able to do it with much enthusiasm. That, I guess, was one of the culture I had missed when I joined here, because the company that I came from. And then you brought that within the firm, be it Alexa, be it blockchain, and then related to data, whatever it is, analytics. We explored a lot of things. And be it directly or indirectly, there was a lot of things I learned. Even till today, whenever I have to build an architecture diagram, like Owen said, I always check all the projects that James has worked on. And then I look at one of the references and then I take a copy and I work on top of it. So I do it even till today. There are certain areas where some of the other individual lack, but when it comes to having that, all-round experience in terms of research, like Mohit said, architecture, diagrams, and everything, like Govan said, and then the tech that Azim said. So I think you're that all-rounder, which I don't think everyone has that skill. I do agree. The culture that we had in office is deeply missed because, again, because everyone is right next to each other, even though you are in your project, even though you're busy with your work, you're still learning, right? You having a conversation with Mohit, maybe on blockchain or maybe on AI or maybe on Alexa, is in a way a crash course for us because we're right there, we're learning. I think that is something that I will definitely miss. And then our calls, like you said, that we have even after office hours, our own open art sessions that we have. So I will miss that as well. I wish you all the best for your venture.
Thanks a lot, Joel.
तो जेम्स क्या बोलेंगे भाई? अरे
अरे
भाई,
भाई।
we going to miss you. I can say only this. I'm not able to like you
Express.
can say express.
इतने
What to
emojis तो
say?
डाल दिए.
Yeah.
Rainfall, waterfall.
No, that was just trying like you.
He will
Like
express
how
through
you
mockup.
trying new things. So I'm also trying. Yes, best of luck for your future.
Thank you, Navnath.
नवनाथ इतना छोटे स्पीच में नहीं छोड़ेंगे यार. हिंदी में बोल दे अगर तेको
वो फिग्मा
words
के
नहीं
थ्रू
आ रहे.
मॉकअप बना के सब भेज देगा लिंक.
अरे कितना सारा एक्सपीरियंस है, कुछ तो बोल.
No worries,
नवनाथ का आर्ट बोलता है.
Yes.
नहीं, लेकिन जेम्स सच में तुमको मिस किया जाएगा भाई. और तुम बहुत मतलब ऐसा जैसे क्या बोलते हैं पब्लिक रहता है ना कि तुम बहुत नया नया ऐसा ये करते रहते हो. आइडिया खुद से कुछ ना कुछ चलते रहता है. जो इवेंट रहते हैं उसमें पार्टिसिपेट मुझे नहीं लगता और कोई बंदा करता रहेगा इसमें पार्टिसिपेट. जो तुम मतलब नया नया always explore new things. So
Yeah, even with the busy schedule, having participations in everything. Yeah. And एक चीज तो है ये जो solution architecture का Joel and Govind also touched upon. Literally, I mean, this is what everyone knows that developers hate creating these documents. With James, it was a refreshing change, to be honest.
Yes.
So I remember when Govind said, so Govind will create or anyone will create it, and but to make it up to the level, so James, can you take a look? Can you make it the James architecture? Then James will do, okay, let me see. Then next day you will get something impressive, which you can share.
आइडिया
It was
बिजनेस
fun to
आइडिया
work on.
जेम्स.
तो अपना डायग्राम खाली ना एक लाइन से बनता था, सॉलिड लाइन से. इधर डोटेड एडमिन पाथ, वो पाथ इधर वो से ऊपर जा रहा है तो ऐसा
लेजेंड भी,
above path.
लेजेंड इतना
अरे
डिटेल्ड.
अरे
Legend इतना
मैंने कहा
detail
भाई
में, right side में.
ये कौन बोला ये पाथ इसको ऐसे दिखाना. अरे ये सब चीजें हमारे तो एक ही लाइन से ज्यादा तो सॉलिड.
यूजर
यूजर से डायरेक्ट तीर घुसे डायरेक्ट. एडमिन का अलग डॉट, एडमिन अलग है, वो अलग है. यस वो तो
And the icons for everything. पहले सिर्फ ऐसा बॉक्स बना के डेटाबेस नहीं, डेटाबेस का आइकन रहेगा, ऑथेंटिकेशन का एक रहेगा, फायरवॉल का सबका आइकन.
जेम्स
बट जेम्स,
ऑल द बेस्ट.
तुम्हारी याद में हम स्टैचू बनवाएंगे.
हाथ में ऐसा एक एलेक्सा एक और डॉट रहना चाहिए स्टैचू के.
I'll miss you guys. It was great working with you all.
Yeah.
It was fun More importantly,
Yeah,
it was
fun.
also
Yeah,
fun.
true. बहुत सारे टफ काम किया लेकिन फील नहीं होता था कि इट वाज सो टफ. You just completed in the flow. Then after completing, you realize, oh, there's something good that happened. I'm sure, James, you'll continue doing wonders.
Thank you.
Good luck. Good luck for that.
And I wish you all good luck as well in whatever you're doing and whatever you will do.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.